Hi, my name is Pilar Marshall Torres, and this is a video blog that is actually accompanying a written blog that I wrote about personal myth. So this video is essentially going to explain what that is. Personal myth is the idea or the knowing that you are, your identity is a culmination of beliefs, judgments, societal kind of standards that you have acquired from the moment you became conscious in your life on this planet. All of these subconscious beliefs and identifications were acquired by yourself. No one forced you to acquire these beliefs. However, when you are a small child and you are open to the atmosphere in which you have born yourself, like a sponge, you will soak up all of the stimuli around you. And so that is as it should be. It is as it is in nature, and so it is very natural. Personal myth is extremely important in claiming your personal power, because the realization that you are not some fixed, locked thing, but you are a culmination of ever-shifting beliefs and ideas is very liberating. You are no longer forced to play a part that you do not feel is something that is worthwhile or joy-bringing to you. What is tricky about personal myth is that in order to uproot these beliefs, we must first become aware of them. And with most people, their beliefs are extremely subconscious. People are masters of self-subterfuge. So we find out many hidden things about ourselves that we were completely unaware of. And that is as it should be, because this experience was meant to be engaging. Having said that, it is important to know how to identify these beliefs. And the best barometer, the most accurate barometer for who you are being is your daily mundane experiences. Because those are the telltale experiences that let you know who you're being and whether what you're being is something you want to be. When we have the experience, say, that we are unappreciated often, it is because we are holding, we are believing, we are being a person who believes that we are not worth appreciating. We are not worth acknowledging. And so these experiences happen to indicate to us what needs to be changed. Like if you fall and skin your knee, the pain in your knee is to let you know that there is a cut that needs to be tended to. So there is no judgment in these observations. There is no ego, because it is not about being right or wrong, or it is not about self-worth. It is about acknowledgement, discernment, and responsibility. A responsibility in this society is a pretty dirty word. Most people don't like hearing it, and mostly when I say responsibility to people, I see their face kind of scrunch up into like a 7-year-old's, you have to take responsibility for the mess in your room kind of face. And in my world, responsibility does not mean that. Responsibility means acknowledgement, basically. It means showing up all the way to your experiences and acknowledging to yourself what is occurring inside of you and outside of you. And that is responsibility. And in order to change anything, you have to take responsibility for it first. So if I have self-worth issues, if I feel undervalued, what is important is that I acknowledge that to myself. Because you can't fix a problem you can't admit that you have. Secondly, once you've acknowledged the problem, what you need to do is then imagine, what would a person who values themselves do in this situation? What would a person who acknowledges their self-worth do? And then you do that. You don't do what you used to do because you don't want to be who you used to be. You want to be someone else. And so you have the right to claim that moment for yourself and redefine who you are. That's evolution. That is your God-given right. So a big challenge to that in this society, I find, is people are very entrenched in the idea of worthiness. Most people are trying to prove to themselves that they are worthy enough to be the person they want to be. The rat race of self-worth is like a hamster wheel. You're never worthy enough because you're constantly, perpetually in the state of proving. And so with anything in life that you want, you claim it inside first. If you want to be someone who is worthy of having a life that feels organic and authentic to themselves, then you need to claim that right for yourself. No one is going to come along and give you permission because no one can. You hold the keys to your car, only you. So it is important for you to acknowledge that, realize that, and then give yourself the power to discern what it is you want from what it is you do not want, and to claim that for yourself. After that occurs, after you've claimed it for yourself and you've decided who you want to be and you go out and do that, and by going out and do that, I mean, if you want to be a healthy person, the first thing you do is you start eating healthy. You start behaving like a healthy person. A person who wants to be healthy does not wait for someone to tell them that they are worthy enough to be healthy. You start behaving like a healthy person. You eat like a healthy person, you exercise like a healthy person, you rest like a healthy person, you have balance like a healthy person, and before you know it, you're a healthy person. It goes the same way with everything in life. If you want to be someone other than what you're being, you must do that. Because in the doing, you are reaffirming to yourself the new reality, which is I am no longer that person who is unworthy. I am the person who is worthy. I'm especially fond of doing things I'm afraid of doing. Now, I'm not talking about doing things you don't want to do, because there's a difference. But doing things that you're kind of interested in, but that are challenging or frightening, or you're not completely sure or convinced that you are capable. Because in the doing, you are becoming the capable person. And so it is really great exercise to see yourself accomplish things that you never thought you could, even silly things. I always try to do one silly, scary thing a day. So that is a good exercise in redefining your personal myth. Because myths are nothing more than stories we tell ourselves. And in the telling, they become flesh, they become real. And if you don't like the story you're telling yourself, then you've got to change it. And by change it, I mean claim your new identity for yourself and stop waiting for someone to tell you that it's time. That's about all I have to say on this subject. But if you have any questions, I am completely fine with answering them. So you can put them in the comment section. I'll also include a link to my blog. And I will see you next time.